Americans should be very concerned about Sharia law and better watch out because it's already here, is what I would say if I just got all of my information from headlines and media. I've seen so many expressing fear over this topic simply because of misinformation. So let me give you some basics about Sharia law so you can actually understand and realize that all of this fear that's being created isn't actually necessary. Okay, number one, what is Sharia law? Oftentimes, I think it's presented to people as this like strict Islamic governance that punishes people and oppresses people, and it's seen to be very, very negative in the light that it's shown in the West. The reality is that Sharia law is a set of guidelines with Islamic principles and values that's meant to help Muslims live honest, fulfilling, happy, good lives. But Brooke, all I ever see is things that are bad about Sharia law. That leads me to number two. There is not one universal Sharia law. So where does it come from? It comes from the Quran and from the Hadiths, which means Sharia law is based entirely on interpretation. So different schools of thought are going to interpret the Quran and the Hadiths differently. Just like in Christianity, there are different interpretations of the Bible. It's the same thing for the Quran and the Hadiths that go with it. I think this is a super important point to make because when people think of Sharia law, they usually think of these Muslim majority countries that are in the Middle East. Afghanistan is one of the top ones that people think of that causes a lot of fear because there's a lot going on over there, right? And there's a lot of oppression, there's a lot of violence. But what's happening there is not Islam. It's been known throughout history for people to use religion to twist it into things to gain control and power and oppress people. And when it comes to places in the Middle East, it's not because of Islam, it's due to other geopolitical factors. And you can do a little bit of research on that and you'll find so much stuff out. The third point that I want to make is a lot of people are scared that they're like, Sharia law is already here in the United States, it's taking over. It's not. That's not how that works. It is not already here. Usually when people are saying that, they're just showing like videos of like Muslims around or women in hijabs. Those are Muslims. That's not Sharia law. Usually those videos are just Muslim people existing, at least here in the United States, in a country that prides itself on being a country that has freedom of religion. When you think about our governmental system and what this country has been founded on, Sharia law coming in, that doesn't make any sense. And I could make another video on that. I think people have so many misconceptions when it comes to Islam because we're so programmed in the West to be very fearful and skeptical and scared. And I understand why people feel that way because I used to feel that way. But the point is that people are normally becoming very fearful because people who don't have a lot of information are going making videos spreading misinformation, like fear mongering, getting people really worked up and really scared. And that's not at all what needs to be happening.